And we are back again with another Bed Wars video. Why am I a news announcer? Who knows? Anyways, back again with another Bed Wars video. As you may notice, this is just some recycled footage because I'm a little incapacitated right now. My left hand is kind of decimated. But that's besides the point. This year has just not been it. The start of 2024 has just been awful. I keep up in Japanese news because I really like Japan. Probably will move there at one point. And wow, they're getting decimated. There's like two wars going on. School exists. I have to work two jobs. It's just not the greatest. I mean, to start the year off, I got up at 5:30 in the morning and went to work. So, I mean, I made. Actually, I did not make bank that. Oh no, no, I did make bank that day because it was we got to send one of the buses home, which was insane. There were four of us because we were expecting it to be the busiest day ever. It was not the busiest day ever, so they sent us home. We still made like 100 something bucks, but nonetheless, that's besides the point. Um, I mean, I guess I can still kind of use my hand, just not great. I'll just tell the story of what happened. So Sunday, 2 days ago at 12:50 p.m. Right, something like that. This is what we had to tell the urgent care I went to, not the ER. The ER is too expensive. We have these big server doors, right? Because they're server doors. You kick through them. You have to like open the door. You just kick in. It swings, right? And a lot of us busters will just reach out and stop them because they swing and they're kind of loud and they get in people's way and that kind of stuff. I was standing behind one. I was in the way. There wasn't really any going anywhere, so I was just like, you know what? I'll just stop it like normal. I'll just reach my hand out and stop it, right? I did not stop the door. All right, I did. It's a fair warning. Spoiler alert. I did not stop the door. So I reached my hand out, and normally I put it in the right spot, but I was a little bit far forward. I wasn't paying attention. I was a bit tired. I hadn't got much sleep that night, and so unbeknownst to me, I kind of twisted my hand and put my thumb right on the door frame because normally you like put your hand on the door by the door frame, I guess, where the door will hit your hand and then you just take the hit and then it kind of swings a little bit more and then it's just done. But my fingers were a little bit farther back and my thumb was just out. This is just what I'm guessing based on the injury. Um, and I'm not paying attention because I'm just tired and zoning off and zoning out into space. And I I look. I don't even look. I just about 2 seconds after I'm like, I wonder if my hand's in the right spot. I kind of like turn slightly and just wham through my entire body. I guess most of my upper arm, but it just smashes my thumb. We hit it right on the joint of my knuckle. Wonderful, right? Because I guess my thumb was bent or something. I don't know. But yeah, hits that and then just flings my arm behind me like it's Play Doh, like it's a little kid's toy. It just flings it like you're throwing snowballs and you're just tossing them like they're nothing. That's what it did to my freaking hand. Just tosses it behind me, and all I feel is pain. And so I dash to the sink, right? And because it's instantly swelling. I don't know if it's broken or anything, right? And I'm just running cold water under it. And I work my mother, right? And I just turn and I'm like, somebody go get my madre. Candace, go get my madre, please. And she's like, all right, checks the whole restaurant. I don't know where she is. I go, oh, that's a problem. And then she goes down the other hallway because I was like, I think she went to the restroom, right? She goes towards there, finds her mom, comes up and goes, ah, well, I can't say what she says here because I like to be family friendly, but you can guess. Um, I go into the office, I down some ibuprofen, we get ice on it, and the GM just comes around and is like, yeah, just go. And my mom's the manager, so it's not the greatest idea for her to just skip out, right? But she would, Maureen was just like, out of here. And so we head out of there. We're gone straight to the urgent care. Not the ER, as I said, because ERs are expensive. I don't know if they have urgent care in other places. I assume they do, but I'm not checking for urgent cares. I'm not looking around. Like, I don't go to like California, fly to California for like, I don't know what's in California, like Disneyland or something. I don't even know. I just chose a random state. Wyoming. No, Wyoming's boring. Missouri, a state no one cares about. Turn and I'm not looking around like, where the urgent cares at? I gotta find them urgent cares. I'm not that much of an overthinker. I'm an overthinker. Not that bad. I'm not insane. Nonetheless, so we go to the urgent care, get x-rays done. Not broken, but we figured out that in the restaurant, I completely dislocated my joint and I popped it back in myself. I can vouch for this because when I bent it, it popped and it really, really hurt. A lot. It made me want to jump off like a bridge. It was awful. Um, and basically, we went. actually, I'll just explain kind of what it looks like. I might put a photo up. If so, trigger warning for like blood under my nail. And if you're a little grossed out, skip like 10 seconds or 20 seconds. It shouldn't take that long. So basically, under my thumb, there's like little spitter spatters of blood under my skin, like you flick blood across the room, or like a red liquid, and it's like a like really light dots under my skin, and then under my nail, most of it, besides the very edge of like my nail, is just completely filled with blood. It's just a dark red. In fact, it's fogging over now. And then there's a little like blood, what's it called? Blood blister, and a little bit cut that's not healed. Um, for all those who are wondering, grossness is over. Um, but yeah, we get X-rays done. Nothing's broken, thank God. Um, but most of the tendons in my thumb and my lower, like that little bit that your thumb moves, I don't know what that's called. You have like your palm and it's right next to it and it moves whenever you like move your thumb side to side. Yeah, most of the tendons there are just completely decimated. I mean, they are just destroyed. You can see some of the ripped ones through my skin. Like you can see the bumps of where they're ripped. It's a problem. I can't move like normally, like you can like press your thumb to your ring finger. I can't go that far at all. Like I can't go nearly that far. I can't go nearly as far back, although you can't really go far back. And the main thing is I can't push my thumb up all the way. It stops about, like, I have a pretty good hitchhiker's thumb, but if I push it as far as I can on my other hand, take about, I don't know, a fourth of that away, and that's about where my thumb can go. It's pretty bad. Um, so yeah, that's why my hand is immobile. Um, I would play games with a controller, but I need my thumb for that. And then I use this thumb for my spacebar, but because my other hand is on my mouse, right? So I'm not sure if I'll be able to play any games for a while. So we may just get some commentary over some old videos, commentary that I feel like making. But on top of all this, right? This is 2 days ago. The next day we go to my mom's chiropractor because she already had an appointment, and do that good stuff. Woo hoo chiropractor, right? They check it out. We got an ultrasound to check on all the tendons, make sure they're not decimated, which we already know they are, but make sure they're not like in need of like terribly instant medical care, right? Um, and we come to the conclusion. Actually, I don't know the conclusion yet. I wasn't able to look at them, and they didn't have time. But they're like, we'll look at them. We'll get back to you, right? So yeah, that's why my hand is incapacitated. I have to wear this brace, right, to keep it upright and to keep it really sturdy. It's an entire wrist brace, so I can't. I can move my other fingers. In fact, my pointer finger is a little bit iffy because I think some of the nerves and tendons not are sure. Oh yeah, also on my thumb, major nerve damage. It's it's decimated. That's all I can say is that it is decimated. Um, but yeah, there's that, and then yesterday was pretty chill. I went and got stabbed a few thousand times. I'm not gonna say what that is, just so I don't like get controversy in the future. But you can assume what being stabbed a few thousand times. It's not a bad thing, unless you're certain people. You may think it's a bad thing. I don't want to get judged. That's the problem. Anyways, moving on from that because that's really irrelevant. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So yeah, yesterday was pretty chill. I mean, my recording just decided to cut out for some reason. I don't know. I'm using like SoundForge and it needs to be updated, but that's besides the point. Yesterday was pretty chill, right? And then today, right? I mean, it was all right. I went back to school yesterday. I completely slept through my alarms. I went to bed at 6 p.m. and woke up at what 8:30 a.m. So that's like 14 and a half hours of sleep. I slept good. That's to say the least. Nonetheless, though, today, right, I have to go back to school. There's a big rumor floating around, someone doing unholy things in a band bathroom, and I also happen to know that someone. Apparently, the rumor's not true. They want to figure out who it was. Me and my friend Logan, obviously, with our PhD in all things, are on the case, right? PhD detectivism, all the good things. That's definitely what that's called. Nonetheless, we have an ongoing joke that me and him have a PhD in all things. But nonetheless. Um, but today, right, I get off of school, right? I'm tired. I have to go to work. I'm supposed to work till 8. We'll get to the how that didn't happen in a second. But right before 6th hour ends, I look down at my phone because I got a notification, and it says it's a video from the Game Theorists that says Goodbye, internet. I almost cried on the spot. See, something that y'all probably don't know about me is that the Game Theorists, they're kind of my childhood, like entirely, like fully my childhood. That and like, um, who are the old Minecrafters that I used to watch? Stampy, um, Pat and Jen. I was so mad when they got divorced. I almost cried. Sunday before he was cringe. And then the newer ones like Technoblade, Wilbur, all them good stuff. Which is why it makes me really happy when people say I sound like Technoblade. I'm like, yes, I'm not failing. Let's go. Nonetheless, that's besides the point. And so I get home and I watch the whole video. I was in tears. I'll be fully honest. As a grown man child, I didn't cry till that very end for the final. That's just a theory, or one of the final. That's just a theory. Game theory. I cried. I cried, and then I wiped my tears away and went to work. Um, yeah. So. Next thing you know, like Jacksepticeye, if he hasn't already, I swear I'll cry. But I also watched Jacksepticeye as a kid. I love Jacksepticeye, but he's gonna like come out and be like, by the way, guys, I'm stopping YouTube. I'll have a full mental breakdown on the spot. Easy. Anyways, nonetheless, but why I didn't get to work? I gotta finish this video. I'm at like 10 minutes. I can just keep talking. It's great. I'd be great in a podcast. Anyways, I go to work today, right? And we were supposed to be open till 8. Normally we close at 6. And then at about 6, I say about 5:55. You know, don't question the accent. So about 5:55, you know, I look outside and it starts snowing a little bit. You know, I'm just gonna stop it. The accent's going away. I might jump into another one in a little second. But because my arm was incapacitated, my boss was gonna come from wherever she lives. I can't remember. It's a different city. I don't want to give away the city because you know things. And she's like, "Hey, weather's super bad. Is it super bad up there?" And I was like, "Yep." And she goes, "Well, if no one's there, we're getting a lot of EMT calls because her husband's a cop and stuff, right? If you want to just close, you can." And I was incapacitated. So she's gonna come up and help me with dishes, even though she didn't have to. And I was just like, "Nah, you know, you're good. I'll finish everything up." I finished everything up in like I don't know, 45 minutes. Because it's not a big place. This isn't the restaurant. This is a little tiny tea shop that I work at. And finish all that, get out, and wow, did it snow in 30 minutes. I mean, some of the places around me are projected to have snow consistently for the next 5 days. Really hope that's not me because I'm already cold and I'm sitting next to my burning hot PC. So, we're just hoping it's not that. So I got to get off a little early. Went and skidded around a little bit to get my mother gas and buy monsters because I'm a caffeine addict. Skidded my way back home. Actually didn't skid that bag. I'm a relatively great driver, but nonetheless, it's getting into the video. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this to line up, but that's the end of this video. You should watch this video right here, and you should subscribe to me so I can heal better and heal faster because I'm incapacitated. Thank you. Good day. Farewell.